Hey guys, what's going on? Bubba's coming at you again with another Path of Exile video, getting ready for the Incursion League. And as always, people are just like, oh my god, what do I play? What kind of build should I start out with? So I'm just going to give a couple examples of some characters that I've played that I've started leagues with, just to kind of help you. I have here a Cycloner, super fun build. This is a build that you can take clear to end game. If you want to put currency into a character, you can see I have some currency into this one, but not a whole lot. This stuff's super cheap. Like this was probably half an exalt. I actually got it drop, was able to 6-socket it, 6-link it pretty easy. You know, you can get this stuff pretty easily. Comb's Heart isn't too much. All in all, for a starting character with the gear I have, the gear's pretty cheap as long as you're pushing in the maps decent on day 1 or 2. You should have no problem building up some currency to throw at this character. Until then, you can just use rares. You can use Comb's Primacy. The Hesmana's axe that I have isn't actually the best axe. You can actually get a disfavor, obviously, which is going to be a lot better. I wasn't able to get up the currency to get one or get far enough. I'm only level 88 on this character. But this is Alfax Crimson Cycloner. Again, I'll put a link in the description to all these guides. And make sure you show these guys some love. Some of the guys I'm going to show you here make great builds, amazing builds, and put a lot of work and effort into them, so make sure you show them a little bit of love. But yeah, simple build. I do have a brute force build in this just to get some extra int at the start, because intelligence is something that's a little hard to get, although now I'm up to like a lot of int, so I could probably take this out now that I have like a Carnage Heart and stuff that gives me more attributes. But yeah, Hemophilia Gloves, super easy to get at the start. This does work off of bleed, so getting as much bleed as you can really helps. That's why I have the Hemophilia. I actually got these as a drop, but otherwise, you know, they're like an ALK at the start of a league even. This I think I paid less than 20 chaos for at the start. And yeah, I probably have like nothing worth of gear. I'd maybe put an exalt and a half into my gear to get started, and obviously I got the combs a little later in the league. But yeah, super easy to start out with. Super fun, smooth build. Probably my favorite Cyclone build. You can also play the Nagahamu whatever Cyclone Slayer, which is super popular, but I just don't like it as much. I think this one just feels a lot smoother, and I've played this a couple times. This is not the first time I'd played this character. Somewhere I have like a bunch of gear from where I played this a few times, but yeah, this definitely was not the first time that I played this character, and I don't remember all my stuff. I have literally just stuff everywhere. But oh, here we go. You can see here, started out with the Comb's Primacy. I do have Dresser's Salute on this time around that I played it. And I was using the Windscreen Boots for an additional curse instead of Deodre's Ring, which both of these are super cheap that you can get at the start. The Windscreen Boots I liked a little more because they do give some elemental resist. Not quite as much movement speed as I would like. And they do give elemental damage, which we're not really doing. But all in all, they're not bad boots. They're probably better than getting this ring, in my opinion. Because you can stack a lot more resist on a ring by getting a decent 2-stone ring for pretty cheap. Which, that's my problem on this build now. If I take off my Carnage Heart, I literally have like 67 lightning res, which is why I'm not wearing the Dresser's Salute right now, because it doesn't give lightning res. So anyway, simple, easy build to play, genuine Slayer. You can actually play a ton of skills with this build, you know, and if you don't like bleed, you can get rid of some of the bleed stuff on the skill tree and easily make it an elemental build, or even still a physical build without bleed if you really want to. Pretty standard Slayer stuff. You know, if you want to play swords, get rid of the axe, put on sword nodes. If you want to play mace, get some mace nodes. A really flexible build that you can play a lot of things. Slayer is still super OP. If you want to, you can even jump over and get Vol Pact, although I'm doing fine leeching the way I am. Slayer's just super powerful. So we'll move right along to another build. This was a Righteous Fire character I made. I actually started the flashback league with this character, and basically the only thing I got a Rise of the Phoenix like on day one, super cheap, easy to get, and like that's it. You know, I got a 4-socket belly, you know, 4-link belly. I have this at the moment because I do have a ton of strength. Once you get over 800 strength, this becomes really good. Until then, you can just use a rare scepter if you wish, or if you can get a Doriani's, throw a Doriani's on until you can afford, well, not until you can afford this, because this is usually like an AUK. I think I got this for an AUK actually, on like day 1 last league, or maybe day 2 of the flashback. But yeah, you don't really want to use this until you get up enough strength to make it worth it, or you won't have as much damage. But yeah, it's a really easy build because it just stacks, you know, strength and life. That's it. That's why you notice like every piece of gear I have is just strength, life. And that's basically it. You know, obviously cap your resist, but then just try to get as much strength and life as you can. Same with on the skill tree. You know, this is fairly easy. All your jewels, I just tried to get strength where I could, life where I could. Life, a lot of life gems were a little more expensive than what I wanted, so I didn't get much life. And I made like 5 or 6 characters during Flashback League, so I didn't pump all my currency into this character at all. So yeah, pretty simple. Just any jewels you can find to give you extra damage, extra survivability, resist if you need them. Super easy, fun build to play. I really like Righteous Fire, and I think as of now I've played like every single Righteous Fire build I could ever think of. And this one is definitely really good. This one I think is a guide by Demigod LOL. It's actually, I think, a really popular build of his. A lot of people like this build, so I enjoyed it, that's for sure. Super fun build to play. And I just love Righteous Fire. I'm one of those crazy people that really just enjoy Righteous Fire. I'm glad they're not breaking Righteous Fire anytime soon, because I just really love to play it. Which is why I actually made a low life Righteous Fire character. You can actually make this character as a starter as well. You just level it as a caster and don't go low life until you get all the gear. Or you could even level it asunder. This character was a special character though. I'll probably might be making a video on this soon. I actually leveled this character from level 34 with Righteous Fire as low life, which was super fun to do. But yeah, just a really fun character to play. It wasn't that expensive, to be honest, especially with the 5-link shavs. But obviously in the Flashback League, you were able to make currency way faster than in a normal league. But I did blow a ton of currency on like 6 characters for no reason. But yeah, simple stuff. I still have a Shaper Seed on this character. I mean, Vertex, just a level 3 Enlighten that I picked up. With the Vertex, that's all you need because you get the +1 level of socket gems. The Vertex was pretty cheap. I think I made this character like the first week or so of Flashback, so it was just a fun project I really wanted to do. I wanted to level. I had never leveled as low life Righteous Fire before, so it was something I really wanted to do. But yeah, like I said, you can actually make this as a normal character, and just level it as a caster until you're able to, get some gear together to go low life Righteous Fire. Or you can save this for your second character and make a Juggernaut, which I highly recommend this build. This was the first time I played this type of Juggernaut. This is actually an On's Might Juggernaut. It uses dual wield On's Mights with -1 to frenzy charges, and it also uses the Pacifism Jewel to give you basically 0 frenzy charges, and that makes it to where you never have frenzy charges and to where your maximum frenzy charges is 0. That allows you to get all these nice bonuses from On's Might. I do have a brass dome just because of that. Yeah, I mean, like, why not? You don't need a brass dome for this. I started out with just a random 5-link Glorious Plate, and that was enough. I think I bought the Glorious Plate for like a Chaos and rolled some life and a couple resists on it, and it was pretty bad. I think it was only like 68 life and a couple resists, but it still was good enough to farm Uber Lab and stuff with. Combs Roots, super easy to get. The Oscarm was a little bit harder to get, especially early in a league, but again, you don't have to start out with all this gear. You can start out with just random gear. I would probably get the On's Might first, and usually they don't cost too much even at the start of a league, because on a melee character, your weapons are your most important thing. And this guy just uses Cleave, which is a super powerful skill all through the game, and it's super fun. I use Ancestral War Chief to help on bosses a little bit, and also a Summon Ice Golem. And this guy dies pretty quick, but it's still pretty useful on bosses to help give you that extra DPS. I also use Vol Lightning Trap just to get a little more extra DPS. And you can see that this is a really fast build. I mean, like, you can tell I just move at a super fast pace because the Brass Dome gives me 10% reduced movement speed. Combs Roots give me no movement speed plus reduced movement speed. But that's why we have Whirling Blades. We basically, with this build, you don't go anywhere unless you're hitting Whirling Blades. Like, you don't walk anywhere. This build, I would not recommend if you'd like to sit in town, because it will take you forever to walk from the waypoint to the stash tab. It's ridiculous. But, if you're in your hideout or anyplace else, you're pretty fast. And for those of you that don't know, you can actually use Whirling Blades faster if you click close to your character. So you can see if I have my cursor way out here, see how long that took? If I hold it real close, it actually is a lot quicker because it doesn't do the full animation. So if you hold really close to your character, you can actually get around a little bit faster than if you hold out here. But, anyway, this is a Juggernaut I think I'm going to start with. I was going to make a Spark character because Vol Spark sounds amazing now that it actually gives Spark, because all Vol gems now give their base. So I thought it would be kind of cool to play a Spark build again, maybe a Spark Totem build. I played around in Path of Building for a while, and I made a decent, 2 decent Spark builds, a Hierophant Totem build and a Elementalist, just pure Spark build, no totems. But I'm not really one to play casters. Casters and bow characters just aren't fun to me. I like melee, and that's why I like Righteous Fire, because Righteous Fire is pretty much a melee character. You got to get up in everything's face. But yeah, this character I think is what I'm going to be starting as. I've played a lot of Juggernauts before, and this build just felt really good. It was really good for clearing maps, which usually when I make Juggernauts, they feel a little sluggish in maps. I basically use them to just farm Uber Lab for the first few days to make some currency like crazy. But this character is actually really good in maps as well. It feels really smooth. You know, other jugs are okay in maps, but this thing feels really smooth in maps. I like it. So this is probably what I'll start as my starter character in the Incursion League. Basically so I can use whirling blades to just rush through those temples super fast, killing all the things, feel like I'm playing Time Crisis. It'll be amazing. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it for me. You can look through the forums. Pretty much any build that worked the past leagues, the past couple leagues, is going to work this league. No major changes. Don't play a trapper. I'm just kidding. If you want to play a trapper, play a trapper. I hate trappers, miners. They don't feel good to me. So I don't think I'm going to be playing a trapper anytime soon. But some of the trap stuff does look fun if you're into that sort of thing. You know what I mean? But anyway, if you guys have any questions, I will be streaming the next couple days. Like I said, at twitch.tv/ibubbas. So feel free to drop by. Ask me any questions you want, PoE related, or any other game, it doesn't matter. And I'll help you answer them. If you want to link me your path of building, maybe I can check it out for you. Stuff like that. So yeah, feel free to ask questions down in the comments as well. And feel free to just smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so that you can get notified when my videos go live. And I will see you guys in the next video or over at my stream, and I will catch you guys later.